Hey guys, it's Vanity. Ezel back with Carpet Vanguard Ezel and the Vanity weekly review. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm so sorry. This time we're covering more Lyrical Monasterio reveals. Technically, the actual final reveal of the Lyrical Monasterio booster, the Starry Starlight one. I'm just gonna call it Starry Starlight because that's just the only thing I can imagine that set being called, even though I know it's the actual name. But then also we have more reveals starting with DBTO set 4. Which, after seeing only one of them in particular, kind of disappointed me. But, you know, we'll see what we got. First up today, we have our last card from the Lyrical Monasterio booster, Floating Point Cathedral, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rear guard once per turn, energy blast 3, choose one for units, act rear guard, choose one for units, get 5,000 power for that turn. Okay, if this wasn't a once per turn, this card would be incredible in a very specific Chris Rain focused deck, because, man, Chris Rain could make that free the first time around, then you get the free energy charges by playing the game, then you have all the other BS you can do to energy charge. Honestly, this card, if it wasn't a once per turn, had an entire deck built around it, and that would have been a really fun thing to see. It's like the Clarent deck, quote-unquote Clarent deck I made to focus on the main, specifically to call Suhail's that one grade 1 in V that gets plus 10k if you have 5 or more grade 1 rear guards to make her a flat 50, so she gets a flat 15, so she's a flat 20k. I legitimately built a deck that works around that, and it works for some reason. It's one of the most consistent decks I've ever played. But yeah, anyways, that's what that is. 3 of Cathedral if you choose to run her is so close to being so fun. And we have it's already past the time to go in. But I mean, I like how Bushy just was like, F it, let's go ahead and release more Lyrical Monasterio reveals while we're finishing up the Lyrical Monasterio booster set. So Auto, which is supposed to rearguard circle, bot deck a Flame Glam and his card name from your drop zone, and she'll get plus on the power for that turn. Okay, 20k, recycle your units, not bad. I like it more than I like the guard one because we all know I'm more aggro than I am defensive. So she's good, you know, she's decent. She doesn't require a specific name in grade 3, so 2 over 3 of. Then we have Leave the Makeup Prep to Me, Eshma. If she was 1 cost lower in terms of energy blast, she would be perfect. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto when placed on rear guard circle, energy blast 4, should attack for drop zone for up to 1 grade 2 card flame gun in its card name, call it rear guard, give this unit 5,000 power, and if you search your deck, you shuffle it, and then act rear guard, shuffle to soul, choose a flame gem from your card, from your drop zone, bot deck it, and then choose or use 5,000 power for that turn. I love that skill, because she gets your rear guards by being placed. Then she can send herself to soul, bot deck one of your many units that you probably cut off at this point, and give someone else 5,000 power. I just hate the fact that this energy blast 4. There have been so many games already where if that was just 1 energy blast less, this deck could have done so much more. I don't hate Eshma. I love her art. I love her skill. I wish it was just 1 energy blast cheaper. I don't think it would have broken the deck, but it would have made it one hell of a lot better. But it's still a 4 nonetheless, because Flame G's need all the help they can get. Then we have Diablo's Playmaker Eli. I was disappointed the second I heard that this card was getting released, because I don't know why. I feel like it's already like time for the main cards to kind of be pushed out of relevance, so like, you know, the stuff from OGD. And while yeah, it's fine for them to like get occasional support, like how G occasionally got support for older decks like Legion, though to be fair that was more or less the start of G, or like, you know, Blasters, how they got a Legend deck, and same with Overlord and Darts. But I don't know, I feel like Diabolos kind of just casually get one every now and again just because F it's Diabolos. I mean, the fact that it was, like, this is the first one. I mean, anyways, great turn to 5k shield, 10k base. Final place on rear guard circle during the battle phase. If Vanguard's a Diabolos, doesn't matter what grade, apparently. Energy blast 3, check top 7, choose 2 enemies of Diabolos in the card name from among them, reveal one of them, reveal both of them. Choose up to 1 card grade less equal to your Vanguard from among them, call it to rear guard and put the other to soul, and shuffle your deck. So either send both to soul or get a free rear guard while your opponent's at grade 1 or 2. And then continues rear guard if you're in final rush, it gets boost. If you're in final burst, 5,000 power during both players' turns. Okay. Not bad. Do not get me wrong. It's a booster, it's a 15k, and it gets you rear guards. This card is not bad in any way, shape, or form. It genuinely is good. I'm just disappointed that, like, it had to be a Diabolos card. You know what I mean? I feel like we just didn't need another Diabolos card. I feel like this could have been a promo. Like, you know, with the fact that Diabolos is no longer, like, the main focus of D, this is the time where you can start just putting promos out for those decks, because you're kind of focusing on everyone else, not just now giving these guys really good triple rares and then giving everyone new promos. You know what I mean? Like, this would have been the time for promos. But I'm not against Eli. I like its skill. I'm just saying. That's my personal opinion on it, but 3 over 4 of. Then we have Electric Erosion Kaiju Bergerer. So a great on boost, 5 Shield AK base. I had to genuinely take a double take because I refused to believe for a second this was Ava support. Auto it boost. If your order zone has 3 or more set orders with different card names, does not work without using Ava. I mean, well, technically speaking, it's supposed to be what's it called? The guy that requires different orders. Why am I blanking on his name? I don't want to say Galmagehelm. It's not Galmagehelm. Endogramma, but still. Bot deck is an order from drop zone. He'll get +1,000 power for that turn. Okay, 13k. It's not bad. It could be better. I wish it did support the card more directly, but I'll take what we can get, so it's a 2/3 in my eyes. Next up, we have Divine Sister Granita, grade 3 General Persona, 13k base, continuously cannot be ridden, and if you not use a Divine skill this fight, she can't attack, and automatically she's bad for that reason alone. Auto rear guard when she attacks, this unit gets +2,000 power until end of battle for each of your rear guards. Okay, listen, you're most of the time going to use Raziel's Divine skills as early as possible. Lea Amorota, depending on the situation, either the turn you ride her, the turn after you ride her, specifically on the Persona ride turn, or depending on what Alden's Divine skill does, you might use it on the first turn. The issue with this is if the situation ends up calling for the time where you're not going to Divine skill first, like immediately the second you get the chance, she's automatically bad. Because the best she is a 25k swinger, and well, Raziel gets that regardless. In fact, the entirety of Keter Sanctuary has this, thanks to the one order they got in set 1 that just gives 2 units +10. Do not get me wrong, Granita is great, and in a Raziel deck, she's a nice beat stick. Oh wait, we got Gigantic Smasher, who does the same thing, but arbitrarily better. She's not bad, just could have been better, so if you run her, she's a 2 tech. Then we have Resection Angel, grade 1 boost, 5 Shield AK base. Auto rear guard, once per turn, when your grade 3 or greater unit attacks from back row center, specifically, she gets 5,000 power for that turn. How many decks attack from back row center? I don't think Bastion does. I don't think Luhan does. I don't think Hexaorb does. I don't think I'm still not phrase that. I know Youthberg doesn't. I know for a fact Sarvasso doesn't. Raziel doesn't. Point is, to my current knowledge, no one attacks from back center. Meaning we all know what Alden's ability is going to do, or at least what one of them is going to do. Presumably, unless I'm wrong. If there's a back row attacker in Keter Sanctuary, I'm sorry for forgetting it, especially if it's your favorite card. But I'm like 95% sure Keter does not have a back row center attacker. But if I could honestly be wrong. So if there is one, then she's a 2/3 of it. She isn't. If there isn't one yet, she's a 2/3 of an Alden, because I'm 100% confident if it doesn't exist now, it's going to exist in Alden. So there's that. Next up, we have our promos for Genesis and Dimension Police, respectively. The Heal Trigger promos, or not the Heal Trigger promos, the Heal Trigger Grade 1 G-Guard promos. So, you know, they can be discarded for Heal Triggers when calling for G-Guardians. The Genesis 1 White Moon Witch Arsena has the ability when she's placed on a guard circle from hand to remove a Heal Trigger from hand or drop zone, and can bot deck a total of 4 normal units with the same grade from your soul or drop zone, and you put them all at the bottom, and then if you chose 2 or more, plus 20,000 shield. If you put all 4, counter plus 1 in your Vanguard, 5,000 power for the turn. All around pretty solid. It's the first time that, I'm pretty sure it's the first time that Genesis has specified that they have to be the same grade, which is all around just pretty interesting and cool to me. I do actually think this is going to be really nice to run around with Genesis and see what chaos can kind of cause, so I'm kind of down for the 3 of, or if not 4 of, just because, like, yeah, it doesn't recycle triggers, but again, it does recycle 4 units of the same grade, which just makes it a little bit more interesting compared to the rest of the Genesis cards. Then we have Dilution Monster Acid Over, grade on boost, 5k shield, 8k base, the standard heal cost skill, and then auto put on guards over from hand, remove a heal trigger from hand or drop. It can plus down the shield for the end of that battle for every 2 of your units, so, you know, a total of 30k shield possibly. Then if you have 2 or less units, counter plus 1, choose one, Vanguard, 5,000 power for the turn. Okay, that's fine. So it could be a 20k shield that I can also give 5,000 power to your Vanguard. My issue with this is normally all of the skills with the heal grade 1s kind of work on top of each other, so like if you get the full effect of the first one off, you get the full effect of the second one off with the 5k. This one you have to like have the worst of the 2 options. Like, I'm not against Acid Over. I feel like though it could have just been like 4 or more. They really didn't want to give it like if you have the 6 or like have you full access. So I'm not against it, but I don't think it's the greatest either. But at the same time, it's okay. So like 2 or 3 of possibly. Let me have the arts for Lunatic Dragon and Obadiah. Okay, I do not care for Obadiah, but this looks really cool as all hell. That also looks really weird because this has like the mini
Joker, Kane, and the hat looks okay. Honestly, the hat looks pretty cool though. Then we have our Blagnemeyer and Raziel support cards. We have Steam Fighter Valanche, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. All known placed on guard circle. Vanguards are grade 3 or greater Blagmeyer, Soul Blast 1 until end of battle. This unit is continuous. When this unit be retired from guard circle, by instead of retiring it, specifically bind it face down instead of retiring it, plus 1000 shield. Okay, all around pretty solid. It's a 10k shield. I'm pretty sure this. No. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure this unit gets the 10k shield regardless if you soul blast or not, but it doesn't. You have to soul blast to get the 10k shield. All around though, nice. It's more ways to increase binding, which is, in my opinion, what Blagnemeyer needed, since we only have 2 other cards that bind, one of them being Blagnemeyer himself. Though I feel like Bushy is never going to give Blagnemeyer the ability to bind before they hit Blagnemeyer. I say that because they're never going to let Blagnemeyer pull off his Divine Skill on turn 1. Either way, though, it's a nice grade 1 for supporting both in guard circle and just supporting Blagnemeyer in general, and I really do like his art. I don't know why he gives like old steampunk vibes, so I'm willing to go for like 4 of him. Then we have Vedrock Dragon, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base. I already said CB, so I'm kind of worried about this one. Auto push on rear guard circle only during your battle phase, soul charge 1, and then counter blast 1. Choose a grade 2 card with a different card name from your soul, call to rear guard. Then if you do not have a Vanguard Blagnemeyer card name at the end of your turn, put that called you into soul. So the soul charge is mandatory regardless. You don't have to call, but if you do end up calling in your Vanguards, not the Blagnemeyer, you have to shove it to soul at the end of your turn, and then continue to rear guard during your turn. It gets 10,000 power for every 4 cards face down in your bind zone. So 20k once you use Blagnemeyer's skill. Once you use it a second time, it's 30k. All around, it's not bad, and I mean, it does help increase your soul for free, but I feel like you're never going to use this skill to call from soul unless you have to, like Suo had to do against Akina. Spoiler alert, I'm sorry about that. Simply because your CB pretty much all goes to Zamug and Alchemist respectively. So Vedrock is not a bad grade 2. I do think his being a beat stick is pretty solid, and honestly that skill is probably the saving grace for it to be a 4 of, but otherwise it's 50-50. Then we have Sacred Edge Dragon, grade 2 and it's a 5k shield, 10k base. 2 cards out so far, and both of them require Divine Skills for Keter. Anyways, auto post on rear guard circle. Vanguard has Divine Skill. Counter boss 1 bot deck and opponent's rear guard. Back or rear guard specifically. Okay, this card is so cool looking. I love this thing's art. But why specifically back row? I'm not against the back row. I'm fine with back row bot decking. I like skills that target the back row, like specifically back row, because it's so unique to see them. But why back row specifically? I question it so much. This card's so cool that I'm gonna show it in as a 4 of just because I'm back row. But also I'm just like questioning why back row specifically. 2 over 3 of those, especially if you're playing the controller Raziel, just because it's just counterblast 1 bot deck something, so it's not that bad. Then we have Knight of Persepote Castile, grade 1 boot, grade 0 boost, 5k shield, 6k base. Perfect, another grade 0 random support card, like how Alden got one, but to be fair, it made more sense for Alden than it makes sense here. Alden, when placed on Vanguard circle, Vanguard is a grade 3 grade of the Raziel on its card name. Choose one of it gets plus 5,000 power till the end of that turn, and this unit was placed by your Vanguard's ability, gets 10,000 to 5,000. Cool, so it's either an 11k base for the turn, or it's a 16k base for the turn, depending on the situation. And continuous back or rear guard circle, if you have a grade 3 grade of Vanguard with Raziel in the card name, it gets intercept and can intercept from back row. This could have just been a grade 1, and honestly it would have been the exact same thing, but okay, cool. It's a 11k to possibly 16k booster who can also just be a 5k interceptor from anywhere on the board. All around, it's not bad. I do like his deal a lot. Actually, it's, now that I think about it, it's even better that it's a grade 0, because Raziel's biggest thing is that if you get damage starved, even if you have the CB choose his skill, you won't be able to superior call under specific situations with the current grade in your drop zone, and a lot of times I've had to call grade 0s, so honestly, yeah, I'm actually kind of happy this card's a grade 0. That's actually really cool. That's a well thought support card in my opinion. I don't want to say it's a 4 of, but I definitely want to say it's at least a 2 of for space reasons, or 3 of. Like 2 of if you don't have that much space, 3 of if you do have that much space. 4 of I feel like would just be not too much, but I feel like you don't have the space for 4 of. Either way, though, Costello is a nice grade 0, so I'll shove it in as like 2 or 3 of. And without further ado, that's it for this week's reviews. I hope you all enjoy. Next week we are getting Levy Dross, and I am very interested to see where that one goes because its name has Infinity in it. So see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch, and don't forget to send up your Vanguards.